Hi, and welcome back to Sustainable Teacher. If it is your first time here, my name is Leticia and I'm glad to meet you. And if you've been here before, I'm glad to see you again. In today's video, we are going to talk about computer security and internet security. If this sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. In a previous video, we talked about what is digital citizenship and what is digital literacy, and we talked about the importance of being safe on the internet and realizing what is fake and what is real and how to share information in a safe way, how to do safe passwords, how to create safe passwords, right? But probably we didn't talk that much about what kind of threats can we find for our computers or on the internet. So today we are going to focus on that. So to say that software is safe or a web page is safe or that something that we're going to use with our computer is safe, there are 5 main points that we have to check. Information accessibility. That means that all information that we want to know about that web is accessible, is easy to know, is easy to understand, okay? Information integrity is related to the previous one, but it's not only having the possibility to see the information, to read the information or learn about it, is that this information has not been altered. It's not something that I copied from another place and I just modify saying that it is the same or this is legal, but maybe I changed some words and now everything is different. So the integrity is that information has not been modified. Then we have communication reliability. We can't be safe if we don't rely in the source or in the place where we are transmitting, we are giving our information to. I won't store, I don't know, my bank receipts in any kind of web page or cloud. I will use Google or Dropbox that I know that they have really strong protocol where privacy is so important and they have strong ways to protect their cloud, so attacks are gonna be difficult, these kind of things. Then confidentiality, of course. We have a law that protects our data physically and on the internet. So everything I search on the internet, or if I have an account or 2 or 3 in a bank or in social media, all these things should be secret, should be private. So that is confidentiality. And finally, no reputation. That means that you should be able to show your identity, or someone should be able to show his identity or a place. And it can't be possible to say, hey, this is not you, or this identity is not real, something like this. Now we are going to talk about security threats. And security threats, it could be in our computer or it could be on the internet. And usually they are both related because the majority of the threats come from the internet. And we have 2 types of threats, physical threats and logical threats. We're going to learn about both right now. So first, physical threats. Physical threats are usually come from malicious programs. So programs, software that are created to do something bad, something wrong in our computer. And they affect mainly to the RAM memory, so is how fast our computer is going to work. You see, when you install something, a software from the internet, and now your computer starts working like so slow. Maybe it could be a kind of security threat, physical security threat. And then we have also in our hard drives. That means in our memory where we store data, some data can disappear, some data can move places. USB ports, you know that USB are usually main source of viruses and these kind of threats. And also they could affect the BIOS. The BIOS is the place in the computer where information about how the computers work and all this kind of thing is stored. So they can affect this information and of course the computer won't work properly. And then we have logical threats. Logical threats are different. As we talked in the network video, when we talk about logical, it doesn't have to be with reasoning. It means that there is a software or a code that should be recognized and to connect with another computer. And what do logical threats do? So they can show you unwanted advertising or information. Do you remember that you install sometimes when you install a game in your computer and then some kind of advertising appears in the screen and you don't know how to delete it or how to make it disappear? It is a logical threat. They can change, and it happened to me a lot. It used to happen to me when they change your browser homepage. So you open your Google Chrome and you want to see Google, right? And then there's like a kind of strange, weird web address which is www.imlaughingatyou.com. Of course, this is a logical threat. They can delete information from your computer or make it the processes slower, so they slow down your processes, or they can even uninstall or destruct software and hardware. Now we know the consequences of logical threats, but what kind of software, what kind of things perform these logical threats? We have six main logical threats. So we have virus infection. This is viruses, worms, Trojans, and they all, in the end, they all do the same. But in the case of a Trojan, it's so interesting. It's like the Troy horse. So it is inside your computer, and one day maybe you open a file, or just because the Trojan wanted to, it starts working like a virus in your computer, but not from the beginning when it enters. Then social engineering. That's so important because they can steal our data, our personal data, personal information, credit card numbers, addresses, and usually they are or spam or phishing. Spam is when we receive information that we don't want to repeatedly, and phishing is when someone uses our identity. Have you ever received an email from a friend that is like really weird, and then you say to your friend, hey, you sent me that email, and the friend tells you, but I haven't sent you that? This could be a case of phishing. Errors like bugs, backdoors, rootkits that cause error in your computers, spyware that look into your computer for information or for what you are doing, denial of service when there is a software that is denying you, is not allowing you to use internet or any software or any service, and sniffing. Sniffing, you know what is it? It's like this is sniffing. It's similar to the spyware, and they just sniff around your computer or around your internet network or your network at home to look what are you doing. And apart of all of these threats, I want to also pay attention to cyberbullying and grooming. You know that bullying is when one person or more people attack another one, and they are peers, they are people from the same age, and they make bad jokes, but this is repeated on time, and it's something more serious than a simple joke, you know. And then we have grooming, and grooming is quite different, and sometimes we don't know how to deal with it. The thing is that grooming is when adults contact children. Probably they are saying, hey, I'm a peer like you, I'm someone of your age, and then they ask you for pictures or information or whatever, and they start bullying you. But as bullying should be with peers with the same age, in this case it's called grooming. I hope you learned a lot. I hope that now you know a bit more about how to be safe with your computer or phone or tablet, and on the internet, of course. Leave in the comments if you already knew that kind of threats, if you learned any kind of new threats, or if you have suffered something like this in your computer before. And of course, see you soon.